going to be showing you the Super Shulker Farm. So, this is just the tutorial video. If you want to see the game mechanics video, then I will have an annotation for that. Just to start off this, I just want to say you don't need all of these spawners. You only need one, and that's what we're going to be working with today, just one. But I just use these to show that you definitely have enough spawning platforms and all that stuff. And this thing is expandable upwards and all that stuff. We're not going to need to make it that high. In fact, you can just cut it down to here. And that's what we are going to be doing. So I'm going to grab the supplies and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got all the supplies. This is all you'll need in your inventory. You'll need one hopper. You'll need as many spawners as you have. You'll need, obviously, to make it a shulker spawner. So, you'll also need like 4 sand. Yeah, exactly 4 sand. And then cactus to determine on like how high you're going to make it. I'm not going to need that much. And then you'll need a few things of water. Just grab 2 water buckets, make a water source thing. Yeah, that works. And then I'm pretty sure it's just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signs, I think. And then pretty good amount of glass. You don't have to cover the whole thing in glass. I'll explain that in my game mechanics video. But alright, so this is where you'll have the spawner. From the spawner, you're going to want to go out 1, 2, like that, and then I'm gonna go down 1 more, put sand right there with the cactus, and since we're only doing this 1 high, we're just going to have that. And then you can also have like any kind of block, like this will just be like either temporary, or if you want to give it more spawning platforms, which I'm gonna do. So I'm going to put that right there, and then you'll make the cactus too high. And you're going to want to do that for all 4 sides to make that kind of diamond-y shape. Alright, so I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so this is what you should have. Something that looks like this. And the iron block can be any solid block. It can even be sand. It can be anything like that. It can, like, I would recommend just use like stone or wood or something. Okay, also, the next thing you're going to want to do, if you can go ahead and do it, I recommend just go ahead and getting it out of the way to put your signs on this. I mean, it's not really that hard, just do that. And this is so the shulkers can't spawn on the sides, as you can see over here. I have those little signs right there, so they don't spawn on those. And so the water will stop and won't mess anything up. Okay, so now that you've done that, what you're going to want to do is make the platform. How you're going to do this is, you're going to have, let's see here, 1, 2, like that. And then you're going to want to go around all of them. And you see how I have this is like a little quadrant. What you can do is you just fill that in right there, and this will be where all the water goes and all that. This does have to be glass or a transparent object. So then once you've done that, you just do that on all 4 sides, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I did forget to mention one thing. You're going to want to leave a hole open right under the spawner and right where you put those signs, and you'll see why in a second. But then what you're going to want to do is to give maximum spawning capacity, you're going to want to make a, oops, did that too far. You're going to want to make a wall right there, and you can see like what I did with all the spawners. Like if you have a ton of spawners, all those solid blocks can be spawners, and it works really good. And so yeah, just make that one away. Alright, so you don't have to have these outside glass things. That can be a wall if you want to. And I'm going to go ahead and outline this with glass. It does have to be glass. and you'll see why in the game mechanics video if you decide to watch it and see how all this works. But for now, I'm just gonna fill that in, and okay, so once you've done all the walls like this, just take out those blocks right there and add your solid blocks as high as this. And then, well, actually, I guess we didn't need to take out that pins, but you want to make that as high as your cactus. And I'm going to do that real quickly off camera, just so you don't have to watch it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have good news for you. Now you're done with the killing process. Now it's just time for the collection process, which is really quite simple. All you need to do is add some water like that, and you will see that the water drains down like that. And to stop that, just place a sign right there, and these will all meet up in the middle. So you can go ahead and do that on all the sides right here. Alright, and you'll see if we throw just any item in here, that will make its way to the middle. No matter where we throw it, we can throw it in here, whatever. Sometimes the drops will get into the cactus and you will lose them, so that is a bad part about this design, but there's really no way to fix that. Alright, so I've already done one of the little quadrants right here on the collection system because these guys are going to be spawning on this, and they're going to be extending, and then they'll drop their drops into there, and you want to be able to pick those up. And that is really quite simple. Seriously, it's really easy. You can go ahead and put a sign there to stop the water from flowing and all that stuff. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put a hopper like that. Very simple. And now you're going to want to put glass on all 4 sides like that. And you're going to extend that out 1, 2, 3, and it should line up with the edge of this. And then go ahead and meet it up and put in little walls so the water doesn't fall out, and it's really quite simple. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera. Well, actually, I'll do one more on just to make sure you kind of get the process. And we just saw a shulker box drop into that because that was from the one shulker I put. So yeah, and you can see it gets there, and that's why we need this. But okay, so I'm just gonna do this one last one, and then I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so I'm back, and I just temporarily took out the spawner so I could get down here. And if you don't want to take out the spawner, you can just, break a glass thing, whatever. And then you're going to add water in all the far sides, like this. Alright, let's get out of here. And guess what? You're done. Except I totally forgot to do that. Okay, now we're done. Alright, so all the drops will get into here. Of course, you can have chests and stuff. They can't latch to that. If you want to know what you can build around it and all that stuff, I highly recommend you check out the game mechanics video. It'll show you all that stuff. But now is the fun part. We just hate not having depth strider. Alright, there we go. So, okay, I did forget about that. Oops. You are going to want to place like a glass or button or something like that on top of those. So I'm going to fix that little mistake. They can't like warp or get onto that kind of stuff. So you are going to want to surround all this with glass. I did it with buttons, and I made a little wall around that, which I do recommend. It just makes it look better and all that stuff. So I'm going to fix up that little problem, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and I fixed the little mishap. These can be buttons if you want, and I put buttons on the outside, as you can see over here, and just did a glass wall. It makes it look nice and neat. and go ahead and check out the game mechanics video for how all of this works. But you should be done, and all the stuff will collect right here. You can put a check. That is all I'm going to do today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.